Hello, my friends. I'll give you a moment to log on, but I'm going to talk about love. It's the day after Valentine's. You guys want to be my Valentine today? We're going to talk about a little Mastering Badassery story time. And we're going to talk about Mastering Badassery story time today. Why? Because we're going to talk about, yesterday was Valentine's Day. We're going to talk about love, and we're going to talk about a topic that I literally am so adamant about. And everybody's like, what do you teach, Dawn? I teach you how to fucking get along with people. And the problem is you're not getting along with people is because you don't get along with yourself because you don't like you. And I do a lot of relationship coaching. I do group stuff now, and it's a lot more of group coaching, my retreats. Again, if you're going to come in March to the self-worth, the truth warrior training, it's to get to know you. And the reason I say that is because most people are like awakening right now to realize that you're seeing people getting divorced, you're seeing relationships break apart, you're seeing family relationships break apart. Why is this happening? Because the mother and father wound are coming up for everyone. Now that's planetarily, that's energetically. Well, that doesn't mean crap. If you don't know who you are, who cares if that's happening? And I mean this for men and women, right? You are marrying, if you marry someone or you're dating someone, to the universe counts as if you're living with someone or you share a bank account with them, right? So if you are married to someone, you married your parents. That person embodies the energy of your parents. Why? The person embodies the energy of your parents because you are looking for love. And what you learned 0 to 10, that was the version or frequency of love that you learned. It may have been asshole parents. It may have been horrific parents. It may have been awesome parents. Like people are like, oh my God, I had the best childhood. I'm like, no, you didn't. You had a great childhood and you were safe and you were taken care of, but you didn't have people teaching you how to love yourself, to be in love with you. They wanted you to be them. So let's back up a minute, okay? So I digress and I talk about all these other things, but the basis of all of this discussion is you all need to understand is you will marry your parents if you aren't aware of who you are. And so, again, in my newest book, Mastering Badassery, the link is in the bio if you want a physical copy. But there's a chapter called Licking the Curb for Love. And I'm going to give you a kind of a paraphrasing of it because I came up with this chapter because this is what my husband and I experienced. He, many years ago, went through a bout of cancer and it wasn't good. And we were at the end. And we had some things that we were going to try. And I said, where are you at in terms of this? And he's like, I'm at the point where I will lick the curb if you tell me that's what will heal me. That's what will make me feel better. That's what will make me get through this. And I'm trying to share with all of you, that's how you have to live your life. With every relationship, including your spouse, including the relationships. My Valentine, they don't love me. Yeah, of course, because you don't love you. And my point is that I'm in this, I love this month. I love love. I love everything about love, but I don't love it when you're making it wishy-washy and you're being delusional about love. Love is something you are. Love is an expression of who you're being. It's the vibration you send out. And if you have learned unhealthy love from your parents, you're going to look for unhealthy love because that's your version. And so in here, you have the marriage. I'm reading you the chapter 9, Licking the Curb for Love. You have the marriage, the dating, and the love that you want. People are like, no, I don't. Yes, you do. You create your life based on your level of self-worth and self-love. Self-worth is rooted truly in knowing yourself. Knowing yourself means knowing your strengths as well as your weaknesses and confidently owning them, which a lot of men are not liking right now because your mother wound is coming up, okay? Confidently owning who you are without feeling the need to tiptoe around others or their feelings or being someone you aren't just to be accepted. Women were doing this by tiptoeing around their relationships because they didn't want their daddy to not love them. So they're doing this in their relationships as well. So you guys and girls aren't getting out of it. You will attract the love you deserve, and some you don't deserve. It's time to heal your love wounds. Now, that's just the beginning of the chapter. I get into it and I talk about, how to start, getting to know yourself. And again, that's what the Truth Warrior Retreat is on March on March 23rd in Scottsdale. So if you're not going to be there, you need to find a way to figure it out, because we learn everything about who you are. So when you show up, your frequency is blasting out love. You're blasting out self-love. You are in love with you, and you cannot attract that if you don't know who you are. If you don't know where you're fucking up and you're doing shit to people and you're like, I would never do that. And you are, because you don't want to see it. But if you want to make this simplified, let me simplify this for you. You're going to marry or date or fall in love with people who are your parents. And at first, on the external, that's called the sales rep, right? The sales rep shows up so pretty and pulled together, and it's all great. And then they show up with their true self. The information comes out. The emotions come out. Everything starts revealing themselves, and their vulnerability comes out. And you realize you're married to or dating your parents. And you don't want to admit that. And so the way I heal this, I have a 12-step relationship toolbox. You know what, you guys, I'm going to open it up. Go to my website, IDeserveItNow.com. I haven't unlocked it, so give me an hour. And I'm going to unlock my 12-step relationship toolbox, because men need tools. Women don't care. They just want to talk about it, right? But men need tools. I made this toolbox for companies and for couples especially. You can do it with your kids as well. If you don't understand your kids, just don't do the last two tools, because they're about intimacy. But if you don't have the tools to reset your reparenting, that's what I've been posting all over my social media about, is you're all in reparenting rehab. That's what marriage is. That's what dating is. That's what relationships are. You're in rehab to learn how to reparent yourself, because the parenting that you learned didn't teach you healthy love. Most parents didn't know. They weren't conscious until now. And so the new relationships that we're wanting into, I want to have a conscious relationship, but you're asking an unconscious relationship with person who they're unconscious to this unhealthy love they learned. So the only way you shift all this is by learning who the F you are. And you're not going to change who you are unless you know it from the core. And you go, oh my gosh, there's a tool in the relationship toolbox on my website, IDeserveItNow.com. Just go to courses. And it's called the iPod. And I tell people to do the iPod because you sit there. It's me. It's an old video of me, by the way. I look much younger. And I'm walking you through what you downloaded, the energy you downloaded from your parents. And then I tell you in this tool to hand your iPod, what you learned and downloaded, to your partner, and your partner hands theirs to you. And you go, wow, you do treat me this way. Wow, you are. I thought you were just being mean to me. And you just can't see it because you've downloaded it. Okay? And so what I want you to understand is there is an aspect of all of us. If you can't see you, you're going to have a hard time understanding how to grow healthy love when your healthy love is unhealthy love. Your healthy love is your parents' love, and you are marrying a version of your parents. My husband and I just went through this. Right? We went through this, and we're like, we both are conscious of this, and we both are like, I'm like, I don't want to be, in that type of a marriage, and nor do you. Yet he was falling into it because he couldn't see it until he had to step back into it. There's tons of men's groups. You don't have to come with and do Daune's work, because sometimes it makes you uncomfortable. Men are uncomfortable being around other women, having these discussions. So go to a men's group. There's tons out there. I think it's called The Real Men, The Powerful Man, I think it's called. It's one of these great, there's so many out there. Lauren, all these different things that are coming up and helping men see the tools, because you need tools. I'm going to be very clear with all of you. Oh, we need to go to couples therapy, marriages, but you need to go to marriage therapy. No, you don't. You don't need therapy. You need tools. You were not taught tools. You were not taught who you were, which is why I use astrology. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, it's woo-woo. Oh, kiss my ass. I don't do woo-woo. I do science. I do truth. And your chart tells you exactly who you are. We just finished our last class today of the online version of Truth Warrior series, and everyone was kind of blown away, like, oh my gosh, I get it. I see me. So if you don't see you, how are you going to stand up and go, oh wow, I don't want to keep making these mistakes in that aspect of my life? You're in a relationship with everything in your reality, not just your spouse. Your spouse just reflects it back to you and shows you the relationship you think love is. And if they're not giving you the reaction and the reflection that you want of what you think they should be in marriage, they're giving you what your parents showed you love was, and you don't like it. So own it, men and women. I get tripped up when women are like, my guy, and he's an asshole. Oh, no. It takes two to tango. Same with divorce. When people are like, they cheated on me, she cheated on me. Oh, no. You did something. People don't cheat when they are literally have someone showing up attentive, engaged, and completely committed to putting you on a pedestal and making you feel amazing. You don't cheat. And I don't care what version or side it is. So when I'm telling you guys straight up, this month of love, and we're all like so delusional, and why divorces and why separations and why people are struggling and fighting, it's because of this, because you're refusing to look at your own energy, your own truth, who you are, do you even know you, and most people don't, and seeing where your mother-father wounds sit in your own personality grid. We just did that today. We highlighted the mother-father wounds, the where we were wounded as a child, and what our purpose is on this planet. And going, oh, it's not our mom and dad. It's actually what I came here to heal in me so I can have a badass, beautiful life and start licking the curb for love, which means, let me clarify and close this out on this book. If you're licking the curb for love, it means you will do anything and everything to make sure that your commitment to your spouse is what you want it to be. And if you can't own that you're part of the problem, then you're not invested, and you should tell them, I'm not invested. It's best you let me go. But if you're invested and you'll do anything and everything, what do you care how you do it? So again, I'm going to go open up IDeserveItNow.com. My links in my bio. So if you guys want to hop onto my website, just go to courses. I'm going to open the 12-step, the 12 tools to the toolbox, the relationship toolbox, and it's yours for the month. So go ahead and try it, use it. DM me if you have questions, but at least I'm not going to leave you hanging, because I can see so many people struggling. So you can either get the book and heal your relationships. You can get my last book, Balls, Building Balanced Relationships. That one's a big one. It has a lot in there. Or you can just go get for free for my little window of time that I'm going to open it up, because I do believe in love. I really do, but it takes commitment. I'm going to open up that one thing for all of you. And so go get it. IDeserveItNow.com, courses. 12 relationship tools that will break you free, because you don't want to be married to your parents. And I think that's what's happening. If you can start opening up your truth to see it, you are marrying your parents, or you're dating them, or you're living with them. Ding, ding, ding. Anyway, you guys, again, happy after Valentine's Day. You are all my Valentines. I'm sending you love, brightest blessings. You guys have an amazing day, and I will see you on Monday for Truth Tribe. If you're not in Truth Tribe, sign up. I talk deeper about all of this on Mondays. Take care. Have a good day.